Teamwork, teamwork. You have a dream, you want to make it real. You need a team, working up steam to make your dream work. Teamwork, working it through, working together. Whatever we do, doing it better as a team.
Hello, everybody, Birdies and Pegasisters of all ages. Welcome to Like It Ditzy Do a video blog about the Overpower collectible card game. Can you believe it? Overpower turned 20 this past year. Holy crap, it does not seem like that long. Especially that long since I've been in high school. Ugh. Not only that, I've been doing this show for 10 years now. I seriously cannot believe it's taken me this long to talk about Universe Teamwork cards. You know, they've only been part of the game since the frickin' base set. You know, way back when there was only 3 power types and the only way to have 2 6s on your grid was for the third number to be a 5 or a 7. And right from the start, teamworks were different. Basic and trading universe cards can be used offensively or defensively, but teamwork cards are strictly an attack. You need to have at least 2 active characters in order to use them. If you're down to 1, you gotta discard any teamwork cards you might draw. And can I be honest here? Teamwork cards irritate the crap out of me. It's not that I don't like them, they just seem to complicate things. For starters, and I need to get this out of the way, it's been bugging me for years, teamwork cards should be tactic cards, not universe. Because attacking like this is a tactic, not an object you pick up and throw around. And yes, I get it, tactic cards didn't exist till Monumental, and it probably made sense to just lump teamwork cards in with basic and training as universe cards. And I also get that changing teamworks to a completely different card type after the game has been around for 2 years just would have been needlessly confusing and made a mess of things. I get it. I understand the why. It just really bugs me on a thematic level. Though mainly I just don't like how necessary teamworks seem to be. Theoretically, the only cards that are absolutely required are character, mission, and power. And even then, mission is kinda... However, actual gameplay really says otherwise. Basically, the best way to land hits is just to toss out attack after attack after attack, making your opponent try to choose between which ones to let hit and which ones to defend. And it may not seem like it at first, but the big one-shot attacks like your drop kicks or your clobbering time, they're usually handled pretty easily. If they outright avoided or negated, 9 times out of 10 your opponent is going to heal them on their next turn. So yeah, teamworks giving you at least 2 up to 3 attacks is really your best bet. Plus there is the added bonus that since you get to make those attacks 1 at a time, you get to play some mind games with your opponent while they try to figure out if you're going to do all 3, if you're going to do 1, are they going to be high, are they going to be low? Unless, you know, they play Confusion or any other DB special. But in that case, at least you only lose the teamwork itself and none of your power cards. But that brings me to the crux of my issue with teamworks. The fact that they have to use power cards to work. Power cards are your most important resource. They are the currency of the game, and they're used for both attack and defense. So basically all teamwork cards boil down to risk versus reward. And if I'm being 100% honest with myself, the biggest reason I'm frustrated with teamwork cards is it feels like most of the time when I take the biggest risk, I end up with little to no reward. I bet if you asked everyone I've played against in a competitive game, and they had a perfect memory, they would tell you I stared at my cards in silence for a good long while before finally making a move. Let's say I use all 3 attacks and all 3 of them hit. Chances are I was defenseless. Ended up losing the battle and maybe one of my characters because I had no way of stopping my opponent's next move. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I'm blaming teamwork cards for a lot of my shortcomings as a player. That may be unfair of me, but let's be honest here. There is no denying that teamwork cards add a level of complexity to already a fairly complex game. When you play a full-on competitive venture-using game, there's a lot to keep track of. And I just really kind of hate after 2 or 3 games I have to stop because my brain literally starts to hurt and I end up making some really obviously bad plays. Especially since I get to play this game so rarely now, maybe a few times once a year. Also, how do you count teamworks as duplicates again? Does everything on the card have to be an exact duplicate, or is it just the first line? That's either way too much to keep track of or way too strict. But seriously, which is it? I can never remember. So, yeah, I think that about does it for my thoughts on teamwork cards / a rant about how I blame teamwork cards for all my shortcomings. Somehow, I doubt it was worth the 10-year wait, but at least I finally got it off my chest. In any case, I am SS Nate Z, and please join me next month for... Dude, I'm filming... What? What do you mean, wrong game? My Little what?